Welcome, everyone. If you like to share on the chat where you're from, I am located in San Diego, California. Most of you probably know this by now. I'm going to start sharing like a different fun fact next time. I'll think of something. But we do have Avanti here on the team as well. She's also from California. And then we have Jen and Chrissy. They're both from the East Coast. So love seeing we have some people from New York as well, Ohio. Right now, we're all on the chat for the webinar where everyone is dropping in where you're from. As soon as we start, the class, all of you, they're here and you have taken these classes before, you probably know the drill. If you can put your questions on the open Q&A. So right now on the bottom of your Zoom bar, you see the chat box is where you're putting where you're from. But then if you look a little bit to the right, you're going to see a Q&A with a little question mark inside it. And that's where you can post questions. So as I am teaching the class material, if you have any questions, just please go ahead and put it there. That way it's a lot easier for Avanti, Chrissy, or Jen to reply to them. And also it helps us to follow up with you later on. Um, so I think let me see. I'm checking the chat again because I see a few more people coming in here. Hi, Tim. How are you? A lot of people from New York today. Wow. Awesome. So today's class is mastering telehealth. We're going to be going over how to elevate your virtual consultations. So how to start those one-on-one consultations with your clients, with your patients, but also how to be charting with them, how to share resources. I'm going to be turning my camera off just because I'm going to be looking in another screen. Just before we jump right into the material, we have Avanti here, and she just wants to share a little bit with us as well.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, or I guess good afternoon for you, for those of you on the East Coast. I just really quickly wanted to share an update on Healthie's affiliate program. Many of you may have seen this via email, or maybe one of us, one of the customer success managers, has shared it with you before. But really quickly, we do have a new affiliate program for Healthie customers. I will drop the links into the chat in just a second here, but how this works is if you sign up to be an affiliate, any Healthie customer can sign up to be an affiliate. And what that means is you can then refer people that you know, other providers, to sign up for Healthie. When those people sign up for either our Essentials, Plus, or Group plan, you, as a Healthie customer signed up for for our affiliate program, will receive a payment. Essentially, you can earn $150 for each new referral that you send to Healthy. I will send documentation in the chat right now, or Talita just did. Thank you so much, Talita. That goes through exactly how this works. You would sign up through Partner Stack, is where you would actually get a link that you can then share for people to click on. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A, or send them to hello@gethealthy, or partnerships@gethealthy.com is directly where you can get information on the referral program. But really, the documentation that Talita shared should cover all of this. Otherwise, I will look out for any questions that you guys might have. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Avanti. So let's go ahead and take a look. All of you are here because you saw the agenda for today. I'm going to go ahead and just turn my video off right now so it is out of the way for everyone. And then we can just be focusing on we have a little bit of like a slide deck going on right now, but I'll also be logging in into the Healthy platform, and we're going to be taking a look at exactly how to do everything that you sign up to be here today. So going over having those one-on-one with your patients, right? Exploring Healthy video call features, how to use them, maybe screen sharing on the call, or how to chat with your client during a consultation, how to review some of those documents. We're going to be going over all of that. And then also how to streamline your charting, how to start charting on your patients as you're having that one-on-one consultation with them. And I'll also be showing how to best leverage our messaging, which is through our chat. You are able to talk to your clients one-on-one. You're also able to leverage internally if you are part of a group plan, the group organization. You're also able to use those features. But we're gonna be going over all of that in a second. So if you're here today, you probably know that telehealth is not just a trend, right? It's here to stay, and we're seeing a growth more and more as the years go by. Probably since after pandemic, we have so many new providers leveraging Healthy to provide their service to their patients. You are able to provide through the Healthy video call, which is mainly what I'm going to be focusing today is the Healthy video call, which it is HIPAA compliant, but we also have the Zoom feature. The Zoom feature is available for Plus and above plans. So if you are with Plus or Group, you do have access to the Zoom features within the Healthy plan. But mainly today, I'm going to be focusing on the Healthy video call. We're gonna be talking about efficient charting sessions, how to be charting with your clients and learn the techniques to best start a chat as you're having a client coming in, and how stay within compliance when you have to share a resource, how you share documents right as a follow-up from those consultations as well. We will also be reviewing some of the communication features, as I mentioned earlier. So on those chat messages during your telehealth, we're going to be going over if you have to share a document with them, or maybe just real in time communication that you have with your clients. And when you're keeping everything inside the Healthy platform, you are in compliance, right? So that's what we want to focus on in today's class, is doing everything within Healthy. Here we have a little few benefits. So you as a provider, you already know the benefits of providing telehealth. Oftentimes, if you are just getting started with your practice, this can be a huge saving, right? If you don't have your office, you don't have like any space that you have to look for it and have patients coming into it. If you are able to provide telehealth service, it can help with a lower startup cost, also provide convenience not only for you, but also for your patients, flexibility on scheduling, perhaps reducing cancellations, less travel time for your clients, and then also just access to care, having access, sometimes having you as a provider, the clients can have you in their pocket, right? If they're having the mobile app, just having access to their dietitians, therapists, whatever the service that you are providing inside a Healthy platform. It's an easy way to provide access care to your clients. As I mentioned, our chat messages and our platform, it is HIPAA compliant. So that's mainly one of the main things that I do want to be focusing today's class, is keeping everything within Healthy. Sometimes when I have, some of you might know from one-on-one calls, which we also provide those in Healthy if you're part of the Plus or Group plan. And sometimes on calls, I have provider ask, oh, but what about if I want to send an email to a client? Or what about if I want to send something outside of Healthy? Yes, we're not stopping you from doing that. However, keeping everything within Healthy, from your forms, your charting, your messages, your documents, that way you'll be compliant, right? And that you're able to keep everything in the same platform. So we're going to be going over group chats, how to send message blast, how to send check-in to your clients, how to create a welcome message. You are also able to streamline internal communication. This one is probably only applicable if you're part of the group plan, where you have multiple providers with you, or maybe you have an assistant, whatever that may be. There is a way for you to keep everything inside of Healthy. So right now I am moving over to our Healthy platform. As you're first coming in, we see the Healthy platform. I can see that I have an appointment coming up. This is going to be the patient that we're going to be taking a look at it. I'm going to be sharing the provider sides right now on how to be joining the call, how to chart on them. But then also I'm going to be logging in into my client portal and then showing a few information in there as well. So right here, right from the beginning, you can see that I have a healthy video call and it says it's a follow-up of 45 minutes call. Before we get to this point, I do want to show you how we can default to always use the healthy video call as your choice for telehealth appointments. So right here on the gear symbol in the top right corner, we're going over to settings. And then right here under calendar, we have appointments. I really do recommend you taking the time. If you're brand new to the platform, if you haven't seen this page yet, or you maybe just glimpsed for a little bit and you left, I do recommend you clicking on the little blue pencil and going through every single one of the settings, just because there are things in here that are really important for your business, such as, and also like interaction with your clients, right? Do you want to prevent same day appointments? Can they schedule on the same day? Can they cancel last minute or do you need 48 hours notice? Do you need a buffer in between appointments? Are you taking those appointments with your clients back to back or do you need a 5-10 minutes break in between them? Whatever that may be, this is where all those really good settings live. So even before you're going live, you're joining calls with your clients, I really recommend you coming on this page, clicking on the little blue pencil, and just making sure that everything is applicable and up to your standards before you're joining calls with your patients. Here, all the way to the bottom, you see that we have the video call settings. In here, right away, my video call settings, I'll click the edit so you can take a look. I am choosing to always have the healthy video call as my go-to one-on-one consultations. Of course, this is only applicable for one-on-one consultations. If you're planning on having group calls or internal meetings, those other ones would have to be through Zoom. And Zoom is currently available for the Plus and Group plan. So just keep in mind if you are on the starter or essentials plans by any chance, you might not have access to Zoom, but you're still able to use the healthy video call, which is what we're focusing on today for this class. So in this one, when I'm choosing healthy video call, it means that when I'm sharing my calendar and clients are booking calls with me, healthy video call is going to be the go-to one being scheduled. Awesome. I'm going to scroll all the way up in here. I'm going to go over under to appointment types really quick. And then after here, we're going to be jumping in and joining those one-on-one sessions. Right in here, we have our appointment types. Think of your appointment type as which is every single service that you're going to be offering to your clients, right? So maybe it is a discovery call, maybe it's an initial consultation, maybe it's a webinar, maybe it's a one-on-one, whatever that may be, the words that you're using to communicate with the clients. Here is where we can add them. I'm not going to be going too much on this step. We do have many other live classes and recording on this topic already. So maybe team, if one of you can drop the link for our other live classes and also how to like create appointment types, that will be really helpful, just because I'm not spending a lot of time in this specific part of the platform today. But if you were to create a new appointment type, all you have to do, tap on button on the top right corner, and then you can write the appointment type right there, and then making sure to complete everything and then click on add appointment type. Once you have your appointment types created, that's when you can start to schedule with your clients or clients can be scheduled with you. Of course, if you have added your availability as well. For this one, for today's class, we have this follow-up session right here, which is one of my clients has scheduled with me. Awesome. So let's say I have a one-on-one appointment with Violet Jones. It's coming up. I can see that it is at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. Right now it's 9:15 for me. So I still have another 15 minutes before this call comes up. And let's say I wanted to jump into Violet Jones' profile and I want to maybe take some notes before I have my consultation with her, or maybe I want to review her documentations, whatever that may be. Maybe you want to start like charting or taking your notes on it, right? So let's take a look on how to do that the best way possible. Of course, I could go into Violet Jones right here. I could click on her view full profile and I could go to the charting, and in here I can create a new chart note. However, that just took me way too many clicks. If normally my suggestion to is start charting on a patient before the call or on the call that you have it, you can do from two different ways. And that way it's the best and easiest way to do it to make sure that your appointment type is linked to your session, right? So your chart note, I'm sorry, your chart note is linked to your session. So right here on this page, I could click these three little dots to the right, and right away I could click start charting. When I click start charting, this is what I see. Create a chart note, and it's giving me this one, chart temp initial consultation. However, the one that I want to be doing today, it is my follow-up consultation with Violet because it's a follow-up session, and me as a provider, I happen to have more than one chart note. So I can just easily click on the drop down and look for the different chart notes that I have. Before I actually create the chart note, just so you know, every chart node that you're being created is here under forms. I'm not going to get too much into it, but that's where those chart nodes are coming from. I do want to show you one more thing. Right here under settings, gear symbol top right corner and settings, and then on the left where we see features, and then under charting, in here is where we can choose your default chart node. So, when I clicked the three little dots and I clicked start chart node, it right away gave me the option to this one as my default, right? So you can choose what is the one that's the one you're using the most. So you don't have to even be like scrolling up and down or clicking through things. If you have one chart node that you always use it, just make that one your default. Or let's say you do have an initial consultation, but then you have a follow-up, then it might make sense to have the follow-up be your default because that's the one you're going to be using it the most. And whenever you have a patient for the first time, you can just go ahead and click on the first one, right? So for this one, I actually do want to change from my initial consultation to my follow-up. So I have this one right here, follow-up chart test. I'm going to go ahead and save the changes. So now when we go back into this home page, we see that it got saved, right? I'm going to just dismiss this message. If I click these three little dots and I start charting, now this is what we see. We see follow-up chart test instead of the initial one. And if this is the one I'm using it the most, then it's just going to be easier for me to get access from this page. So if I click now, creating a new chart note, right in this page, I have access to my chart note with my patient where I can come in and take any notes that I have prior to that consultation with my client. Right. This is, of course, it's only really matters if you do plan on opening the chart note before you start talking to the clients, just because oftentimes many providers do. But if not, you can, of course, just do this as soon as you're having your one-on-one session with Violet Jones. Right here, if I wanted to take some notes, I could go ahead and just take some notes right here. And then whenever I am ready for the session, which starts in 10 minutes, when I come back in here, I will still be able to see my notes, and then I can communicate with Violet Jones for the appointment right away. So right here, I could go ahead and click save. I'm gonna go back to the home page so you can see the difference now. If I click those three little dots, instead of saying start a chart node, now all I see is view charting node, and then I could go see the charting node that I started for my client. Another way that you can get into your chart notes, it is from the calendar directly. Maybe you were on your calendar instead of your home page. You on your calendar, look for your appointments for the day. Of course, right here, right now, we only have Violet Jones, but maybe if you had like many clients for the day, maybe this is where you start and you're looking for your upcoming appointments. If so, you can definitely click on the appointment directly. And then right in here, you see this little section that says Charno. Of course, now it says written because we already start a Charno from the home page. If the Charnot had not been started, it would say start Charnot in here, and then you could like start directly from this section right in here on the appointment type as well. As you can see, that's how I clicked it. And if I click edit, I go right back to that appointment. And you can see that my Charnot is also linked to my appointment type, which is exactly what I wanted in here. So let's just go ahead and start our appointment with Violet Jones. I know that we're going to be 8 minutes early, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and click join appointment. So you saw right there from the top, so you can see, hi everyone, I am back. Right away on this page, if you have never gotten to this page before, I do, and I know it's probably crazy that I don't know if it's bothering you guys, but I am looking up, but that's okay. I'm going to leave the camera on because I want to make sure that everyone gets this part right here, right? Right here on the top left of my URL bar. This is Google Chrome. So if you're using Safari or a different version, might be different for you. However, if for any reason when you have this page up and you don't see your camera, you don't see your microphone going up and down, it's because you might have a pop-up or a block somewhere in your platform. So right here that you see, I'm doing like a little circle right here on this camera. If I click on it, um, if I had a pop-up, would have a circle like this with a line over saying that I have a block right in there. So you would just have to make sure that you unlock and allow Healthy to use your camera and your audio in order for you to jump your calls. This is like the number one issue that sometimes we see when providers are not able to join the call is simply because their browser might have a block or a pop-up block in there, stopping you from sharing your camera and your audio. I always recommend before you have a real appointment with your clients, test the platform. Test like I am testing right now with a test patient, or test it with your family members, your friends, whoever is there for you that you can test it, or you can just grab your phone, grab your computer and test the platform. But make sure you go through these steps because then it will be easier for when you actually have a one-on-one with your client. So right in here, we have this appointment going on. I'm gonna just turn off my camera for now. But in here, if it was like a real session with my client, Violet Jones would be right here where this little blue pulsing circle is. And my face would be right here where all of you just saw it, that I just turn it off, turn it on. You can turn it on and off. This is the chart note that we were looking at it before my appointment with Violet Jones, right? So I came in here, I wrote some notes, just things that maybe I wanted to remember for this class. And now I am ready to start charting because I am ready to have this one-on-one with Violet. In this page, I would be able to also chat with Violet. So if I wanted to send her a message or a link or some resources, whatever that may be, I could do it directly from this page. So right here, I have this little chat. I could say, hi, Violet, check this out. And then right in here, maybe I share like a new resource, right? Maybe if I was a dietitian, I came around some fun materials that I want to share with her, and maybe that what it could be through the chat. But of course, you can share anything in here. You can share images, you can insert videos, you can attach files. So maybe if you have a file that you wanted to share, you can do it directly to here, and you can also record messages. So this is like a really way that you can keep that one-on-one interaction, close interaction with your clients, right? You can send a voice messages, they can send you a voice message. I'm gonna close out the chat really quick and coming back to this page, right? So I am talking to my client, I am charting on them, and then right here on the right, let's say Violet asks, "Hey Talita, when is my next appointment? Or do I have an appointment coming up? Or when was my last appointment again?" Whatever that may be, you don't have to leave this page. There's like so much information right here that you can look it through. So this is the page where video with the client. I have my chart note. So I am taking my notes right in here. And then right here on the right is the little quick overview. If you don't see this for any reason, you just have to click this little person on the top right, and then this comes up. I can see any tasks related to the client. I can see my quick notes. I can see the appointments. I can also schedule an appointment. So maybe right as I am finishing my consultation with Violet, I can say, "Hey, Violet, when you're ready to connect again, when you're ready for your next consultation, whatever that may be." Um, you are able to schedule right away during the call without having to leave the phone with the video call, right, with Violet. So I could say I want to schedule another follow-up session for her. I can go ahead and maybe I want to schedule for next week. I can choose the time and just go ahead and book an appointment. And then right away, I would be able to have the appointment in here already created for her. Any quick notes? I had providers sometimes ask about this quick notes in here. The quick notes, it's only for you. The quick notes, it's not part of the chart note mainly in here, but the quick notes, it's something that you need to reference for in the future, right? It's not information that you're gonna put it into the chart note, but like let's say you were talking with your patient and your patient say that she has a wedding in 2 weeks and that's what she's working on X, Y, and Z. Maybe you want to write a little blurb in there that that's why she might be nervous for the wedding, or maybe she's looking to improve her skin for the wedding, or whatever that may be the service that you're providing. Maybe you want to take some notes in here. Of course, the quick notes, you can use it so many different ways. You can create tables within the notes. So if you want to create a tables in here that say, "Oh, on session one, this is how I felt that Violet was saying," or on session two, this is what Violet was saying. Whatever that may be, this is only visible for you, the provider. The clients doesn't see it. You can also see here the financials. So if Violet owns you anything, if there's any payments made, you can always also see everything from here. You can also navigate through other pages in here. So you can see their goals. If you have any goals related to the client, it seems like she has a drink H2O right here. That's one of her weekly goals. You can also see metrics entries. So any metric that the client has entered. So I can see that Violet is leveraging the journal and she's entering some of her water intakes right here. I can see from September 9th, 11th, 12th. So I can see everything while talking to my client without having to leave this page. Maybe what you want to do also is you need to open initial form that Violet completed, or you want to open a different chart note that you had it with Violet on another day. You can definitely do that as well. Right here from forms, you are able to look for different things that you might want to open. So you can open things from program intake, which is forms that the clients are completing when they're coming to work with you, and also previous chart notes. In this case, let's maybe go ahead and look at their intake. And maybe I want to make sure that Violet completed the patient onboarding. So as soon as I clicked it, if you saw that, what happened was right here on the top of my screen, it just opened a second window. The same way that we have like two browsers, right? We have the Healthie page, and then I had my slide deck that I showed in the beginning of the class. That's very similar here in the Healthie page. And I am able to go back and forth between my current chart note and then also view the client form. So it looks like this one she completed on July 25th, and she has some information here here. Maybe I just wanted to double check her allergies, whatever that may be. Maybe I just wanted to review something really quick, and then I want to go back into my chart now. If I am almost done here talking to Violet Jones, what we can do is we can save and close, we can sign the no, but we can also share information with Violet. So let's say I want to share this part of the supplements with her so she has on her end, but I don't want to send her another chat message later after this call. I don't want to send her a document on it. I just wanted to repurpose this section of my chart now to send it over to her. So what can I do? Right here, I can click share. Um, Okay, so to share, that's where we're gonna get to this end, right? It's gonna be after you're talking to your client. So let's make sure we're just ending the call first. So we finish in talking to the client, we've reviewed chat. You can mute and unmute yourself in here. You are able to share your screen with Violet if there was anything that you wanna show her, how to use it, how to leverage. And then you can also end the call when the time comes. So maybe I'll go ahead and end the call. And then now I am ready to close the video. I'm going to say, okay. Let me go back because it's telling me that now it's time to join the call. But of course, we know that this is not a real call. So I actually want to go back into my charting now because I do want to send Violet that information on the supplements that I want her to be taking, right? So what I want to do, this little share button, I'm going to click it. And then right away, it lets me choose what I want to be sharing with Violet. I don't want to share everything. Maybe some of these things in here, it was only for my eyes to see. I don't want Violet to see all of this. So I'm going to click unselect it. I am clicking right here, the supplements, and then I'm going to preview. This is all I want Violet to see, and I can share. And right away, I am able to add to Violet's document. So this is staying with HIPAA and compliance. You're not sharing documentation to her email. She will receive an email saying, hey, your provider ABC has just shared a document with you. But we're not going to be saying on that document, on that email, that what she needs to take, what her supplements are. So that data is not going to leave Healthie. So I can just go ahead and add it to the documents, the client's file. And then awesome, we are done here. Violet got her follow-up notes. I am done with my charting notes. And this is how you are joining calls with your clients, how you are charting on them. I do want to show you as well how it looks like on the client side of things. So let me just log out from my provider page. I'm going to stop sharing my screen really quick. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to be stop sharing my screen and I'm going to be logging in into the Violet Jones page. While I do that, Avanti, Jen, or Chrissy, if you have anything to share, please feel free to do so. Just give me, I just need like 1 minute to copy the email and log back in.
I can share just a few things that have stood out in the Q&A that might be useful for others that might not have read them yet. Just based off of everything that Talita's covered, some things that people have asked related to screen sharing with clients. So you absolutely can with Healthie video calls and of course Zoom calls as well, screen share with your client. We will drop a link in the chat right now on just some best practices around screen sharing. So in particular, you want to make sure that if you're screen sharing with your clients, you are making sure to not share the window that has your Healthie provider account. So you just want to be careful to not share any sensitive information with your patients, but you do have the option to share, other resources. If you do want to share your notes or something like that, you can definitely make that happen. But we just want to make sure you're careful about what you're sharing and what you don't want to share with your clients. The other thing that I wanted to call out is regarding screen recording, or sorry, video recording in general. Right now, we don't have the option to record sessions with Healthie video. We do have the option to record through Zoom video. And then I just wanted to reiterate that we have both options. However, the Zoom video is only available on Plus plans and above.
Awesome. Thank you, Avanti. I am turning my camera on, and before I share my screen again, I didn't want to show everyone on the mobile app how it looks like if it was your client on the mobile app as well. So this is the client portal for your clients. Of course, I always recommend you testing the platform, like I mentioned in the beginning. Create a test account, download the mobile app, log in into your browser. My one trick that I normally suggest it is you're able to either have, because Healthy is not going to let you be logged in as a provider and a client at the same time. So you can maybe try incognito window, or if you have two browsers like Safari and Chrome, you can log in on one in each one, and then you can compare both if you want to have that one-on-one interaction between client and provider, or you can just like log in and out as well. But on the mobile app, this is it. So it is like I can see the Barnum Nutrition, which is my business name. And then this I can see I have in a so this one is Violet Jones, the client that we were just in with. So I can see that I have the call, right? So if I was the one to join the call with them, I would have to do is click right there. And I right away I will be able to join the call with so see right here, it's asking me, would you like to give access to Healthy to uh, use your microphone? And this, if clients right away, they say don't allow, that's when they're gonna run into issue of, hey, I can see you, but I cannot hear you, which we also see it sometimes. Just making sure that you're telling your clients to join, right? So right away, you guys gonna be able to see your own screen, but right here, it's me, where would be my face, and then here would be the provider right away that they're able to interact. And this is the same way they're able to like leave the call in here. If you have a chat with them, they would be able to see as well. On the bottom, we have the chat. You see, I have a little bubble in there. I have the chat message that I just received from my provider. She was saying hi. Sorry, it's really hard showing things on the phone. I didn't realize that. But just to show you that you do have everything on your fingertips. So for your client, having the mobile app, it is really helpful because you are able to like add your metrics, your journals, you're able to have access to your goals, right? So maybe if I'm done with this goal, check, done. I don't have to log in into my computer. Or I am also able to fill it out forms and complete paperwork, whatever that may be, you do have access to all of these things within the mobile app. What I'm going to be doing now is just sharing my screen and show you a little bit how it looks like on the actual browser. So just give me a second. My page does look a little bit different than what your client would look. That's just because, one, I am not a real provider and this is not a real client. So I am masked into their account right now. That's why you see this rainbow bar. This rainbow bar does not exist on your account or on your client's account. This is only for me and people that work at Healthy. That's how it looks for us right now. So you don't have to worry about this rainbow line on top of your platform. Uh, so right here, this is how the Healthy page will look like for Violet. So I can see the provider's branding colors. Everything looks the same. I can see their logo. I am able to post some entries here. Maybe I can enter my activity. Maybe I can enter some food or some like water intake, right? That's something of the goals that the provider has for this client. Maybe I can enter my goal for today. I wish I was at 52 ounces for today, but I'm not even at 40 yet, but I'll get there. But right here is where you can enter all this information, right? Here on the left, I can see the chat. And the cool thing with the chat is that you're able to have, even though if you have one provider, you're able to have multiple chats with your clients, or you're also able to have community chats with your clients. We're going to get into it. I know we're almost done with the class. And then right here, I can see I have a community chat because it looks like it has Barnaby, but it also has Sean right here on this call. So this is our community chat, and I can see that Barnum Nutrition, my provider, just told me about that. But I also have a one-on-one chat with my provider. So this is like you can leverage the chat in so many different ways. You can have multiple chats with your clients. You can have community chats with them. And this is a really nice way that you can keep engaged with your clients. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go back into my provider account because I do want to make sure that we review some of this chat. And if needed, I'm happy to stay a few minutes extra to go over some of the questions that you might have. So right in here, we do have the chat on our page and we're able to create a new chat. In order to create a new chat, all we have to do is click new. And then in here, it lets me create. So let's say if I want to look for Violet Jones, let's pretend we didn't have a chat with her for any reason. We come right here and start a conversation. And then it's telling me, hey, you have 3 conversations already with Violet Jones. But I'm like, no, this is 2025 topic and I want to keep things separate and I don't want to have the same ones. I want to create a new one. You can definitely go ahead and do that. And then right away here on the top, this is the new one that just got created with Violet Jones. Or maybe what I want to do is I have a community and I want to keep my community engaged and I want them to interact with each other. You can definitely do that as well. So maybe if I click on a few different clients right in here, you have different options. You can see right away as soon as I start clicking on multiple people, this it didn't show before when it was only one person. So now I have the option to message blast, and then I also have the option to community chat. Those are 2 very different things. Message blast, think of just sending a message to a bunch of people at the same time, but those people are not going to be able to see that you send the message to a bunch of people. It's going to feel just like as a one-on-one interaction, right? So a message blast, you're sending a message to a lot of people at the same time, but they don't know that versus the community chat. Here you're starting a conversation, so it's like a little group chat, just like you can have a group chat on many different platforms on social media channels. Sometimes you're able to have inside of Healthie. So maybe if I wanted to start a chat between my weight loss group, whatever that may be, and I want them to kind of motivate each other or share the foods that they're having or share how they're getting those 10,000 steps a day. I want them to engage with each other. This is what you can do. You can have, you can use the community chat as well. So you can see that this conversation type is a community chat. I can see that this one is just a one-on-one with my client. I can see that this one down here is also a community chat, but there's only 2 people. So this is just pretty much to show you the different ways that you are able to engage with your clients after you already had that one-on-one consultation with them. So today we went over some of the settings for joining the call, some of the settings for charting, how to best way to start your charting notes, how to follow up with your clients from that charting note if you have to send any resources. We review all the settings inside of chart in the Healthie video call. So we review the quick site profile. We review the settings of how to start the video call as well and how to troubleshoot, right? If you have any issues, it's normally due to pop-ups and blocks that you have. I know that we are at time. How do we feel, Avanti? Do we have time to show one more thing you think regarding the internal communication? How do we feel?
Yeah, I think maybe just like a minute or two on it, Talita. And then for anyone who has to drop, we will be sharing the recording out with everybody. So if you aren't able to stay on, you'll definitely still receive a recording of anything else that we cover.
Yeah, awesome. So this is, of course, only if you are part of the group plan, right? So if you are part of the group plan and you have multiple providers working with you, you might want to say, hey, I have those team meetings or I have an all hands or whatever that you may have, or even like one-on-one between the manager and your assistant or your providers working for you, right? If you want to have those meetings inside of Healthie and have communication chat communities, you're also able to. So right here, gear symbol top right corner, all I did was under the appointment types, I created an internal meeting event type. And the difference is that this is a group appointment. I put all the providers that requires to be here. And the best thing is I unclicked this box. So clients cannot view this. They won't be able to see that this even exists. And you don't have to worry about clients ever joining this call or seeing this call, trying to schedule this call. So I have this internal team meeting. So what you could do is under calendar, let's say I wanted to schedule a team meeting for later today. I can come in here the same way that you're used to adding your one-on-one sessions. I can go over to my group session. I am gonna go and choose the appointment type, which is the internal meeting right in here. You can invite the people right in there. You have it's gonna be through the Zoom call. And then right away, I can go ahead and add an event. Awesome. So in here, you would be able to just have and share, add your providers in it and have all your providers joining those calls as well. As if you were having the same way that you're able to have one-on-one with your clients, you could have this for your team. So here you have a link. They are able to join. Of course, this is through Zoom just because Healthy doesn't provide multiple or group appointments. And then under chat, you have this drop down in here. You have this organization tab where you can see your organization chat, of course, depending on permissions and settings. But if right here, when I'm starting a chat, you have the option to start a chat with your clients, with your groups, but also with your organization. So maybe I want to start a chat with all these providers. I don't want it to be a message blast. It's a community chat. And maybe this is where I want to keep things track of where I want to keep track of maybe whoever asked for a PTO or who's going to be in the office or who is not, who is available or whatever that may be. This is a way that you can also leverage a Healthy platform to just run your business and have everything within one place. This is it for today's class. I know we went over a lot of information and I saw we had a lot of questions coming in and out on the chat. Anything that the team would like to share?
I know, Karen, that you had a question on Zoom Q&A that Jen is working on answering, but I'm also just going to drop a quick resource related to Zoom Q&A. Unfortunately, that's not something that can be enabled at this time, but the resource that I sent you should have more information on that. And if there's anyone who didn't get their questions answered or wants to ask additional questions, you can always email hello@gethealthy.com. And if you have questions specific to telehealth, you can just call that out in the subject line and we'll make sure those get answered quickly. And you will receive the recording very soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Hopefully, this was helpful. You probably might receive a survey after. So always feel free to let us know what is working, what is not working, what topics you're looking to learn more. We do have, as part of our live classes, we have open Q&A 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So anytime you have some of these questions, just hop on our open Q&A. We're always happy to connect and help you leverage the Healthy platform. So again, thank you so much for being here today. I'll see you next time. Take care.